to lean in.
What's going on, everybody? It is me again, and it is time to lean in, bitch. I am here with Sammy, Jamie, and I'm sure Daddy having some low budget issues right now, but he'll be back in a second.
Wouldn't be Danny. Wouldn't be Danny without a low
Wouldn't
budget
be
issue.
Danny without a little low
Oh
budget.
shit, is he back? Hey girl,
I
you
heard
look so
you.
good. You look
Are
so
we glad
good.
you? We're so glad you heard us.
I think I figured
I
out the problem when that happens. You have to make sure that you tap the sound and the mic is on before the actual we come back on.
Oh, okay.
I'll try
Thank
that
you,
next
IT.
time.
I'm so glad that Sammy figured that out.
Sometimes I don't do nothing and the sound is still on.
You know, I don't have that problem. I don't get kicked outside. I wouldn't know.
But you might have others sometimes.
That's not my struggle. I'm so sorry.
That-
Nonetheless, we're here to talk about the Real Housewives in New Jersey. And it is, what's today? Today is Wednesday. The episode came on yesterday. The title was Shots and Shade. And the episode was okay. It seems like it's heating up, but they're already mid-season. I think they even had they're already doing their after show, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't watch that, so we can talk about that when we get to it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. As I always say, keep us in the algorithm, keep us growing. We're just a little under 2,700 subscribers. So come on, get us over that hump to 3,000. Damn.
You're doing the team with the hats backwards.
This is the only wig I can find today, so I just do it all.
I wore orange. I know you like orange. I wore orange for you. I know you like orange.
Well, I'm going to the luau. I don't know where Jamie going, but I'm going to the luau. If you can't see,
Jamie going to a street fight. He got his sleeves out, his arms out.
Shit.
Look, I'm ready to ride for Candy. I'm about to go fuck up.
Look like he going home.
Candy.
Candy.
Not Candy.
Have y'all
Hey,
tried these? They are so good.
come on, Danny, for this
Come on, product
sponsor-
placement.
right, for this sponsorship right here. That was provided by Danny.
They go super chat
cheers,
you a little
Danny.
bit.
Right?
Shout out to Eve Martinez, who was in the chat. Hey, Eve. What's going on, Chase? She said, where's tech support? Honey, I don't know. We got to get one on. We got to get one on call so we can make sure that we can keep these from going. But let's get in and get started into this video. And before I get started, I do want to also say that for many of you that asked months ago about merch, we've had merch since LeanCon in November. And yes, y'all were buying it at one point, but y'all ain't buying it now. So y'all need to make sure y'all check out the website, theleanofficial.com. Check out the merch. The prices actually just dropped. I didn't feel like they were that high to begin with. However, as of now, I mean, that's just I feel like they were pretty affordable compared to what I'm seeing other subscribers and other channels and content creators have. Child, they were very affordable, but I don't know y'all pockets. So nonetheless,
Do we have tank tops?
huh?
Do we have tank tops?
Yeah, tank tops gonna be coming as we get to the summer. We had the hoodies for the winter, and then tank tops going. I know Jamie ready to put his titties out, so we're gonna.
Don't send him one.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, all right, y'all. Let's get into the episode. All right, so last week, shit, I don't even know what happened last week, child. What happened last week? I forgot. Somebody
Did you
tell
watch
me.
our recap?
No, I did. I
It would have brought you up today. It would have brought you up today.
I was out.
I was a part of the recap.
Sammy, what
It doesn't
happened?
even matter. It doesn't even matter. Let's talk about this week because that'll help break us back to where.
Yeah,
So
don't tell us what was. Tell us what's now.
correct. Let's not talk about what's then. Let's talk about what's now. Says the glorious Nene. All right. So the first thing we get is we get Marge. Marge, you know, she could. We found out last week she couldn't wipe her ass, so her husband is wiping her ass for her. But now he's like feeding her and doing everything for her because she don't have a left arm, clearly. So I guess as her right arm is out, she can't do nothing, and she's
Incapacitated.
Correct. So we'll take that. But the first thing we get is with Rachel and Danielle, two of our three newbies, but these are actual housewives. Jen Fessler is just a friend of the show. And you know, the new girls are bonding. Like I will say, like they're bonding in this sense. Rachel is speaking really highly of Danielle. Now, I will say I haven't really seen her. I mean, she's had moments with her. Obviously, she came to her daughter's birthday party and things like that, but I haven't really seen her kicking it with her as much as she kicking with the other girls. Like she's been under Melissa's ass. She's been under the other girl's ass. Marge, Dolores. So it was good to see them hang out. I do think it's important when new girls come in that they do try to have some kind of not alliance, but have some kind of friendship because realistically, some of these new girls, when they come in, if they team up, they can take some of these girls out, but they end up falling out with each other. They always do. And so they're hanging out. And I wanted to ask y'all first, how long y'all think they gonna last as friends?
Not long. I feel like it's already going there. But I do enjoy that they came together good enough to get Jackie out the way. That they can go ahead and do what they want to do at this point.
Stop that.
You could tell by the end of the episode it's going.
It's going there.
By the end of this episode.
I thought that, and then I saw what's her name, Rachel and Jen Fessler on Watch What Happens Live, and Rachel had nothing but really good things to say about Daniel and stuff. Like they seem genuine. Like both of them, I like the way that they're handling like little arguments. Like they're just kind of like whatever. That's their shit. We're not getting too involved in the middle of it. Just leave me the fuck out of it.
Who doing that?
I mean, to an extent,
because it ain't Rachel.
I've been saying one of them is saying that, but she's not doing that.
Rachel says she don't want to be told about it, but then she's going around talking about it to everybody.
But she hasn't picked a side. She's very neutral. She's
picked a side. She's telling her story.
Dang, what the hell you watch?
Y'all ain't gonna bully me on this
show. What the hell?
In the words of Tamra, that's my opinion.
It's an uninformed one, but okay, go ahead.
It's wrong.
Then I'll be uninformed.
Okay, well, you know what? Jamie says that Rachel ain't picked the side. In the chat. Do y'all think Rachel picked the side? Let us know in the chat. We'll come back to it.
I don't give a fuck what they think.
Oh. You know what? He gotta go. Not this man. All right.
Don't put him next to me.
Oh, dang, it's crazy. Wrong side, baby. It's this that way.
Yeah, put Sammy back with me.
All right, so Danielle, basically, it sounds Rachel caught wind, and she has the entire season of people talking. She caught wind of Danielle talking to Joe, and they were talking about her relationship with her brother, which we've heard a lot about this season. And Joe told her, "Don't give up." And I'm just like, well, I feel like you have given up, but then again, I don't know, whatever. But basically, he said that with her, she feels like that Teresa and Joe's situation are different, that they have hope, but her brother do not. So and that's her own opinion. And so from that point, they talk about the Jen and Marge feud. Rachel didn't like the fact that Teresa and Jen came to them, kind of giving them like a heads up, like, hey, you should watch out for this. So they talked about that. Now, mind you, they both were part of the conversation. Rachel has mentioned it a couple times now, and she didn't like that, right? But Danielle, kind of, I guess, assumes a mind of her own, but in the sense of the opposite, in terms of she feels like, well, listen, I mean, maybe there's some truth to it because Marge has fallen out with this person and this person and this person. And so maybe there's some truth to it. So maybe we should be careful around Marge or whatever. And that's kind of how they end that scene. So I'll get y'all thoughts on that, starting with you, Danny. And yeah. You don't feel no way.
Sorry, I'm empty here. You can go understand me.
Okay. I will say that I don't know. I don't get why Rachel's still pushing the whole making it seem like as if Danielle is just taking this and running with it, as if she's not in this moment experiencing things for herself throughout the group. Mm-hmm. I like that Danielle she hasn't like really acted on it, but she's being smart. She has her eye open, like she's seeing how they're moving as far as Teresa and Marge making up, but Marge is still making slight remarks about Teresa. So I mean, if a person tells me, watch out for this person, and then I'm seeing them do things that would make me want somebody would make me basically watch out for them. I don't think Danielle's taking Teresa and Jennifer's word for it. I think she's seeing it for herself, and their word is just actually it's amplifying what she's already seeing.
And I mean, we talked about it a little bit last week. It's not necessarily a bad thing the way Marge has taken it and seemed like it's like character assassination. Marge does do that. Marge has said over the years that she, you cross her and she goes hard on you. So I don't necessarily think Danielle is running with it and making anything big about it. Like Marge isn't sneaky.
My God, her tagline is "I'm a loyal friend but a lethal enemy." So I mean, what's the debate?
Yeah, and the fact that Melissa and Jackie have said that in the after, whatever they were interviewed about saying it themselves. It's better to be on her side than to not argue. I mean, they said it
Dolores
themselves.
said it. Dolores said it. Jennifer said it. Melissa said it. Jackie said it.
Well, I mean, the same
Teresa
thing can
just
also
can't
be
say
said
it.
of Teresa, and the same can be said of Jen. Like,
But Teresa
all of
said
these
that
women.
herself later, though.
Well, that comment is actually made later in the episode. Teresa basically says that's the same about all of us,
Yeah.
I mean,
So I don't think it's shade. I don't think it's anything. Like, it's just facts.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to this because it's going to come back up again later when Marge actually brings it up. There was a small scene with Teresa and Jen. Teresa's looking for gifts for her bridesmaids. And, she's with Jen. And Teresa is upset because the Jersey Shore trip is coming up. And this time around, Teresa was not asked to stay at Melissa and Joe's house. I'd be mad, too, just because the house that she stayed at, what's that girl name? Jen's Jersey Shore house? Oh, no, baby. I would have got me a hotel. I'm just...
Yeah, the hand-me-down house.
Very much a fire sale, as is.
And she had the nerve to say that she felt the house was perfect and it needed no renovations, baby. It was
Jen Hayden. Hayden said, we walked in, wrote a check, and I kept everything, even the sheets.
And I was just like, you are disgusting. Okay.
You are disgusting.
You are disgusting. But yeah, so Teresa is upset about that. And Jen feels like Marge has something on them, and that's why they're so loyal to her. Do y'all think that Marge has something on them or whatever in the case?
I don't necessarily think she has something huge on them, but I definitely think that they've opened up to Marge, talk to Marge, and Marge has stuff in her arsenal that she could definitely use against them. That we're not. Marge has stuff on them, yes.
I mean, the same could be said of Jen and Teresa. Like, Jen is up Teresa's ass, so that anybody from the outside who's not in that friendship could say, "Oh, well, Teresa has ammo on Jen." It's like Melissa ain't got any friends at this point. Yeah, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Like, their friendship is probably a little more of convenience, at least Melissa, because Melissa's already shown anybody show her a little attention, and she's going to try to yuck it up with them. Same with Jackie.
I think that was kind of like a little setup more so, because if y'all remember in that one episode, a couple episodes back, when I forgot who they were on FaceTime with, but they were saying they had talked to Marge's old friend, and the person they were talking to asked, "Well, did she tell you anything else?" And then Jennifer and Teresa were looking at each other like, basically, yes, she did, but we can't say. And then later on, y'all remember the trailer, it comes out that Melissa was making out with somebody. So I think that Jennifer was kind of like dancing around that, bringing it into the story.
Yeah. I mean, Jen is the same side of the coin as Marge. Like, or excuse me, she's the same coin, just a different side. Like, her
I think
Marge
it's just clear now that like she's out for blood when it comes to Marge now.
Yeah, that little truce lasted half an episode.
Damn. I would have enjoyed it more with her saying there is no truce. We're not going to make up. Let's fuck you.
Be honest.
I would have preferred that.
I think that's where she's at now.
The same way I would have preferred Marge to be honest with Teresa when she ran back after the thing and told Melissa right away everything that they said as soon as they made up. Yeah. Marge should have said no, thank you.
She said, "I won't scream at you in public, but I'm still talking shit about you."
Marge she got dry mouth.
Oh, not yuck mouth.
Trap mouth.
Okay, so Jen and Bill. They're just conversing about everything as they prep for the trip and everything like that. But Jen did she say she wanted to bring the therapist? Did I get that right?
She was joking, I think, but she didn't say that.
Oh,
she was just joking. Okay. I was like, did I miss something? But yeah, she said that. And so in this conversation, Ben is vocal. They do talk about the therapy session and how he was kind of quiet then. But he says that they have a relationship to where he says they both say hurtful things to one another, things you probably can't come back from. But Bill kind of feels like Jen looks to be right in every argument. He's basically saying like life is more complicated than that. It's not always a right or wrong. Yes, there is.
Not with Jen. She's wrong most of the time.
Yeah, right. But I get what he's trying to say.
Not with Marge.
Right, I get what he's trying to say, but from this argument, from this conversation, what I get from it, we already know Bill is not. He seems to not really be the best communicator. He seems to where he can't really. I'm not gonna say he can't handle Jen, but he probably can't handle Jen in terms of like when she goes to a certain level. But he already is he seems very soft-spoken anyway, at least from what we see. So I don't know. Tell me what y'all thought from the scene, because honestly, I just really feel like the type of relationship they have is a little triggering, and it's also a little off. Just because he seems like he shuts down and doesn't want to talk, and she wants to talk, and then maybe she gets upset he's not talking, then she goes up at the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I'm seeing. But y'all tell me what y'all think. I don't know.
Yeah, I also think that Bill is hell on wheels off camera with her, and I just feel like I feel like Jen takes advantage of being on camera, knowing that Bill is going to present himself a certain way because he is a doctor.
Okay.
And I think that's why he shuts down, so that he don't say too much. Because I just don't. Jen has a lot to deal with, and the only way you could deal with that is if you're the same way. He just does it off camera to me.
Yeah, for him to even say, to make the remark that we both say things that are kind of hurtful, and I'm thinking, well, hell, Bill, you don't talk at all. So he probably getting to her ass when the cameras go
off camera. Yeah. They tears it up.
They get
if you
say, remember later on that he said the kids were gonna be
average like her.
I'm like, damn, what the hell?
Damn, Bill. But if you remember, go ahead, Cortez.
No, go ahead.
If I was just saying, like, thinking back to their first season, if you remember, they were introduced, and I think Jen, if I remember correctly, kind of introduced them as a couple, as a family, as like a family that was kind of on the cusp of their uber traditional like culture, mixed with like a modern day kind of Americanized, westernized family. And she says the family and the cultural stuff, and she went through this with her mother, and then with her brother coming out. I think that anytime you have a culture that is very, very heavy on gender roles, where the husband is this and the husband is the head of the household, and you have a husband that kind of wants to buy into the wife being able to do and be independent, and the wife like really gung-ho pushing for that, you're going to have a little bit of a clash. And I think that Jen getting a little bit of notoriety has seen that I can come into my own, I can be independent, I'm more than just, a housewife. And I think Bill may be having a little bit of trouble catching up to that. He was fine with her not being a typical like traditional housewife, but I don't know if he's super comfortable with her just abandoning all that together and giving the kids $30 an hour to fold a shirt. Like, he needs some balance, and he doesn't know how to communicate that, and she doesn't know how to communicate back to him either.
How else is little Olivia gonna be a therapist for couples? She got to stack her money now.
No, that's perfect. She sees chaos.
Do y'all think that being that she's privy to what's going on now, that she feels the type of way? Because when I think about it, isn't she the baby that Jen was pregnant with when Bill was cheating?
No. They have a son that's smaller than that. That's younger than that, right?
But I thought it was 10 years ago, and she's 9. So
they only have 3 kids, right? 2 girls and the oldest boy, or 4 kids?
They got like 5 or 6 of them things running around that house.
What? Them things running around in the house?
Not things.
I'm sorry. Not them things, Bolo. I don't know how many kids they got. We only really see like 2. So
yeah.
I mean, maybe the other kids be in the pool house with Bill. I mean, I don't know.
Not shared custody.
Well, I don't know. I mean, just saying. I don't know. I don't see you don't see them all at once. I don't think. Have we? I don't know.
I can't remember.
All right, so it's the day of the Jersey Shore trip. They're going down. This is where Jen reveals her dream Jersey Shore house. It is a mess. It is a mess. It is a mess. It's not renovated, and it's not even because it's not renovated. It's just so outdated. It does give like vacation rental, but I would say from like the 70s, 80s. I don't know. But the fact that she said that she didn't change anything, even I hope she was lying about the sheets. I think
she was.
I mean, you can wash sheets, but I mean, it's a lot more.
I wouldn't sleep on them.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. But
I don't think she lying.
I mean, isn't it a red flag that they were okay with just leaving it all there? Like, they would probably want their quality stuff. You just don't keep it.
There was nothing in there that was quality. Did you see those pictures?
Well,
I think that's what Sammy's saying. It wasn't quality. That's why they left it. So why was it wrong?
So
well, even when they
Dan
were,
and Bill, they're the ones that don't wash their legs and stuff in the shower. They just get in there and let the water hit and then get out.
Even at their house when they were talking in their bedroom before the trip, that bedroom looked a little bit in a disarray. Like there was some broken furniture around. Like
it was in there fighting for the camera crew came.
They were not
Nothing was in there.
Very quiet and Dr. G.
Now let's not wish that upon them.
So
that's the house. Everybody starts to arrive. Joe and Melissa's house. We've already seen their house, right? There's two scenes going at the same time. Teresa and Jen are together, and Teresa's is kind of, still talking to Jen more about not being invited to or not staying at Melissa and Joe's house. But the real shit is going down at Joe and Melissa's house because one, I don't know if y'all caught it, Jackie was eating and she had a big old bite of that damn sandwich. I mean, she ate the hell out of that damn
sandwich.
Look
at her.
Good for her.
I feel like the cameras wanted us to know that she's progressing because she ate the hell out of that damn little turkey club or whatever it was.
They wanted to know she lied.
She's about to be eating her words next week.
Look, between this episode and how much Jackie's name is being mentioned, like they should have just made that lady full time because she's doing about the same much. They should. Can I finish a sentence?
No.
She doing about as much this season as she did last season. Give that lady a hoagie and let's go.
No. That's why she a friend now because of how much she did last season.
She's stirring up all that shit though. Her name in everybody's mouth. Like she's been the point of contention.
Okay. Well, they're talking about they're talking about who was invited, like more so to the wedding and stuff like that again in the house, all these conversations. But Joe brings up Danielle in his conversation that they had at the softball game. And a lot of them feel like there's more to the story. They feel like, again, like it could not just be over Instagram. And Melissa makes the comment in reference to Joe and Teresa's relationship, saying like, if they hadn't been through all this, like, I mean, surely they can come back from that. And I'm just like, I'm glad that Melissa acknowledges that they've been through some shit. I hope she knows this probably because of her.
She's the reason.
She didn't mention that part, but whatever. But after that, Jackie makes a little comment and calls Danielle the clearance aisle snooky. And I'm just like, girl, I'm like, Jackie is so pressed at this lady. Like, that's crazy. I want to know, was there more to it? But
Jackie wanted to be the only pretty blonde.
She was never there.
She was never
Y'all
there.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Y'all so ugly. Y'all ugly human beings.
Prettier than Jackie.
You just told us not to call somebody ugly, and you call us ugly.
Your spirits are ugly.
But Jackie called this lady clearance aisle snooky. No.
She was in a tank.
Jackie's never served a look.
Never.
Not one.
Never.
Not one. She don't even serve a look when she's looking at somebody. Not one, ever.
Did I have any thoughts on this little scene right here at the table with them talking? Jackie talking her shit, Jackie eating. This is Jackie. Jackie and the sandwich.
I mean, not really. I do know the little clip. I haven't watched the after show, but I seen a clip with Dolores and Teresa speaking on that particular scene. And they were basically saying, like, Jackie got a lot to say about a sibling. Like, where's her sister? What's going on with that? That's what she needs to work. Like, Dolores was on her ass. I kind of want to know what happened.
What happened?
Because Dolores was real nasty with it. So, but they had a point. Like, where about your sister?
They sick of Jackie's shit, i.e. next week. I feel like Jackie this season is doing a lot of this on the side. And, and they kind of.
I don't think Jackie going to make it to the end of the season. I think they're going to phase her out. Very soon.
Yeah, she's too involved too early to be a friend of, which is what I'm saying. Like something has to have happened to where they're like, cut. Because we already midway through.
Not even get involved. She's moving like she's still a full-time housewife.
Because she thought she was gonna be.
Thought she was.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
She was.
Is this one of those things where they filmed and didn't make her friend until after, like use the footage and made her friend after? So
Well, no.
That's
because
typically what they do.
They had reported that Jackie had been demoted.
Oh, sure did. Yeah.
They had reported it. I don't know if it was like. I feel like it was during the season.
It was before filming.
Yeah, they had already said that she wasn't going to be a full time.
Then she was out there fighting for her life.
That makes more sense.
She was fighting. She started back eating. She said, "Listen, I got to get this together." Make sure y'all like this video, you guys. I saw Casey and someone else in the chat was telling y'all to like this video. So just please like this video. We ask for no money. Just like the video. Damn.
But if you want to send money, that's cool too.
Yeah, you can do that too. But like this video, that's really important to me. But if Jamie needs some money for furniture, then help him out too. Damn.
He said this ain't Jennifer.
Rent a center.
This ain't my shore house. This is new shit.
That looks like the shore house. Oh my God.
This is new shit.
All right. So we get to the luau party, and they have cigars because cigars are from Hawaii. That's what Melissa said, and I'm like, okay. I'm glad she cleared it up. I'm glad she cleared it up because I'm like, these Hawaiians are gonna come down here and whoop your ass because you. Well, the Cubans too for taking their shit, but nonetheless, the first thing that happens, Marge asks Rachel about everything that Teresa said, and Rachel seems like a canary. She tells her everything that she said and what she meant. And she tells Marge also specifically what Danielle had just said in their previous conversation that they had as they were bonding as new good friends. So
she picked a side.
She at this point she is definitely the bone carrier, or she's a bone carrier. Do I think it was necessary? No, but for the purpose of the show, sure. Yeah. I just don't. It just kind of shows me. Obviously, she cares more about a relationship with Marge and them versus Danielle. Because if she cared more about a friendship with Danielle, I don't think she would have did that. At least not in that way. That's just me. Considering that the conversation that was told to you guys about Marge came to both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, so. I don't know. Whatever.
I also read somewhere that Rachel used to run a Housewives blog.
I saw that, but she tried to. She said that she got busted at some point by like getting on the page and like she was looking at one of the girls' page on. It was somebody did an interview. Like who did that? It was Bryce or the guy that does the Housewives interviews. Well, that's what she tried to say that. Yeah, they're all fans and that wasn't the case with her, but she said she did have an old page, and she said I think she said the old page was attached to her like fitness model or something. I don't know. She tried to lie about it. It didn't sound too clean to me. I don't know. It's giving fan. Let's be clear.
She won't be back next year.
We'll see.
She better. I love her.
No, you don't.
I'm sure.
Yes, I do.
You always
like the bitch nobody else likes.
Jamie used to like Jenny. You remember? So I mean, we saw how that turned out. You did like Jenny, don't you?
I did not like Jenny. I just didn't hate
like Jenny.
I just
you were rooting for her and
you were rooting for Jenny.
Yes, just because she was Vietnamese, I wanted somebody like another minority.
Okay, well, Rachel is from Whoville. You want to root for her too? That damn.
She's also she's a brown woman.
Tan don't make you brown.
I'm gonna move past that. So yeah, they have the conversation, and so Marge is just like, listen, I don't know where Danielle would get that from. She goes around saying that she's bougie, and she said that I'm bougie. Bougie is when you pretend like you have this or you don't have that. And she was like, well, wait till I say what I know about her. And I was like, well, damn, you basically proving this lady's point. I mean, within this same little sentence. And that's kind of what happens in that conversation. There's a couple things that happen. They're taking shots, having a good time. Jen and Jackie having little conversations or whatever. And, Rachel is just kind of kissing, Jen Fester and Marge's ass on the side. She's just basically saying how much she had such a good time and she could not get her makeup done because she was laughing so hard at when Jen Fester called her with some joke that we don't even know what the joke is. But any thoughts on this scene right here, especially the whole Marge, Rachel, and Danielle thing? Now Marge is kind of ready to kind of not fire Danielle, but she seems like she's on go and like, oh, really? Is that what she said? Oh, I got something for her.
Rachel is very. That's my friend. Instead of my man. Rachel is like my friend. She doing too much too soon for me.
And this is why I don't feel like her. Like they didn't say anything when you said Watch What Happens Live. She was cool then because this episode probably hadn't aired. But the whole purpose of having that conversation with Marge was kind of to toss Danielle under the bus. Y'all, the information was brought back to the both of y'all, but now you're saying, Danielle feels this and Danielle's running with it. What's the purpose of telling Marge that to now make her have an issue with Danielle? Like Rachel's running around in a circle and she don't realize she's going to bump into a wall.
I don't know. Things seem to be doing pretty well for her on that Watch What Happens Live. Her and Jen Fessler are the best of girls.
Jen Fessler stole the show from her. Rachel, I forgot she was
really
there. Fessler stole the show from her.
The thing is with Jersey,
and she looked good.
She looked fucking fantastic. I think the thing that, and we've talked about this on past seasons of Jersey, because it can get so like, particularly once the drama really ramps up, there needs to be somebody who is comedic relief. There needs to be somebody who doesn't take things too seriously. And a lot of times with the OGs, that's already like, that's out. They hate each other. So ain't nobody pulling back on what they're doing. So it falls to the friends of and the new. And I think Danielle, for the most part, has been light and funny. Like, she's hilarious in her confessionals. And Jen Fessler is taking that over as well. And I like Rachel, but she ain't a bit of funny. She's nice. She seems like a nice girl. Like, I really like her. I like Rachel. I like that she's jumping in with the drama, but it's like you already got 5 housewives who are kind of like at each other's throats. Maybe
wrong road.
Maybe tell a joke.
Wrong road. The joke is her.
Shut up. But she was very demure on Watch What Happens Live. She ain't had way too much to say at all on Watch What Happens Live.
But she's boring.
For being opinionated on the show, she kept those opinions under wraps last night on Watch What Happens Live.
Sounds like she's gonna have a hard reunion. That's what
I bet after the way it ended, I'm sure that's why she kept it on the wrap. She wasn't ready for.
We only episode 7, so I know she gonna really she gonna continue to do what she do, and
because I definitely know that Jennifer Aiden gonna tear her ass up, and she's not gonna have a comeback.
Yeah, oh poor thing. And no one's gonna jump in to help her either. No. That's the sad thing. Marge ain't.
Marge gonna try.
All right,
Marge ain't. Marge don't fight for nobody but herself.
So after that, Marge basically walks up and she confronts Teresa about the whole thing that her and Jen said to Danielle and Rachel. And she basically questions if they made up, why would she say anything negative about her? And Teresa's like, I didn't say anything negative about you. I just basically said that you don't want to be on your bad side. Same thing that the other women are saying, And she basically said that I would say the same thing for any of us. At least that's the way that she explained it. But in the process, she turns to Rachel and is like, "Are you trying to start a problem between me and Marge?" And I was like, "Is Teresa activated?" Because I'm like, "Oh, okay." And to be honest, Rachel didn't really back down. She was just like, I'm just telling her what you said verbatim. Like, we had a conversation, and I'm telling her. But I mean, the answer, there was nothing else she could say. What's she gonna say? I'm just being messy. Hell yeah, I think she did well considering
she got caught.
And she got caught in the moment. She didn't lie. She didn't do an Eva. She was head on like, yeah, I told her. So I didn't have an issue with that. But Teresa basically tells Marge exactly verbatim what she says again. And Marge feels like she's being undermined. She feels like, how could you say all these things about me and whatever you said, especially knowing that we made up, as if that conversation they had 3-4 episodes ago was going to fix everything. At least that's how Marge's mind works in this moment. But Marge is like, I've been saying good things about you to everyone, Teresa. Like, how could you say anything negative about me? Apparently, she's just stuck on this negative talk that I don't think Teresa said anything negative about her at all. I mean, maybe she felt it, but that's what it was. And that's kind of what it ended off. Go ahead.
So I don't think Teresa said anything negative about her either, but somebody bringing that to, somebody bringing something to Marge that somebody said about her, with negative or not, for somebody you've already had a bad history with, you're going to go with that they said something bad about you. That's going to be your reaction. I understand Marge's reaction. I hate her, but I understand.
If a person tells you, this is what I said, and then, I mean, because...
But it's just, Marge, why are you upset? You literally left Teresa's house as soon as y'all made up and blasted her.
That's why she's upset. Well, yeah. She feels that defense, because she already knows that she's been still talking shit about Teresa, so now she feels like, oh, she's still talking shit about me too. Marge is
Cortez. You and I are diehard Marge fans, and we agree on a lot of things. For me, this season is draining because I do not like Marge in the role of self-assigned victim. In the previous season, Marge has been like, I'm going to say it how it is. I'm going to stand by what it is. And if you have a problem, she's always been a little whiny where she throws, a rock and hides her hand. But there's something about this season where she's just like, I'm Mother Teresa and I don't understand why everybody has a problem with me. like, when did Marge become this wet blanket that is above critique? Like, she's normally faced critique head on and has had something worse to say about the other person. Like, she hasn't had that energy so far in these 6 episodes, and it's grating. Because if Marge is going to be a villain, we said this last season, Cortez, if Marge is going to be the villain, be the fucking villain and stand in it and enjoy your role, know your place. And I thought that's what was going to happen when she came back here, but now it's just like tears and I don't know why you're doing this, and I don't have an arsenal.
She can't fight.
Yeah, well, she only got one arm, so
yeah, she got one arm. Yeah,
that's rude.
My arm gone, so I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm not. Marge is clicking down for me this season. If you're gonna be a bitch, be a bitch. Be the best one-armed bitch you can be.
You know what? But I will say, so Robo's Adventure said, well, not right now. This is some alley show. They're all hypocrites on this show, but Marge is the biggest and most annoying right now. But Robo's Adventure says when she had a table full of food thrown at her, I do think last year kind of shook her up a little bit, actually. Because that's when I noticed that she kind of went into that. I think she went into it last year, wanting to be for Teresa, but I think it became a lot for her, to be honest. Because she got fat shamed, she got food thrown at her. I think she got a little bit of humbling from Teresa last year to where she kind of changed. Because before that, she was always standing 10 toes deep in her shit. That's just me.
Well, I think her and Teresa had an understanding of like, girl, we're going to beef. And I think when Teresa got physical, that shook her up a little bit because I think she's used to just like, we're just running our mouths and we're doing whatever we want. But Teresa throwing that Winn-Dixie plate full of food and that plastic cup of water at her got her a flashback to because, Danielle when Danielle whooped her ass.
Correct. Wait, you talking about Danielle, the old one?
Beverly. Beverly and Meryl.
Okay, yeah. Well, that shook her up too, remember. Don't forget.
Not surprised.
Okay. Well, after that, Bill is taking shots. He is, somebody said in the comments that the only thing they have in common is drinking. I agree. But even when they're drinking, they're not even like drunk together. They like just, it's like two strangers that are both drunk in Vegas and they just happen to be by each other. That's their love language when they're drunk. But he's like zombie drunk. Lord have mercy. And she ain't no different. I mean, they both like to fall on the ground, so clearly they one the same.
He was on the ground. I take back what I said last week. I said he's a professional. He has to act a certain way. Sammy, you said that man gets drunk and crawls on the ground, and sure enough, this episode that man was crawling on the ground.
But he did that this episode, so when Jennifer fights, he got a reason to say, well, "Child, I was drunk. I didn't see you."
He recovered well though. I mean, he seemed really zombie drunk.
He was just drinking water.
He was going crazy. But let me tell you, now this scene here was actually kind of annoying to me. So Frank is still stuck on the fact that Dolores and Paulie. And now what's weird also in this moment is Paulie. If y'all, he is not trying to film with these people. I think he is finding any reason. He went and made his own heart attack on himself or whatever. Child,
listen,
where is his now COVID? Where is it?
He is. Listen, he literally. It seems like he don't want to film. I'm gonna go with that because he filming with her, but when it comes to the group, he don't want it. Or maybe
that's okay.
Yeah, and that's fine.
That's fine. I think that's fine.
He had open heart surgery.
You can leave Dolores alone about it. Actually, I'm tired of asking her like, "Where's?" I agree. And I get that they're dating, but it's just like Jesus.
But
I think they're used to it.
But it's also her fault. She's always saying something happened today. Something happened today. Something happened today. Child, he don't want to come around. Y'all don't ask me no more.
Well, that's true. I do wish she'd be a little more upfront because she keeps saying something happened and it is giving. Where's your scooter, baby?
Because that man had open heart surgery. Do you know how long it takes to get better from open heart surgery? And 2 days later, he also got COVID. Is Paulie still alive? Have we checked on it?
I had
open heart surgery and COVID.
Well, I've had both. Not at the same.
Oh God!
We're talking about the same time.
Yeah. Okay.
No. COVID went around then when I had open heart surgery.
This ain't about you, love. This is about Paulie.
Yes, it is.
But I think she defends it because she has so many seasons of having to defend David not being there. So now it's like, well, damn, she got another man not here. So I think now she's even more so, well, he's not here for this reason. He's really into me, but he's not here because of XYZ. I think that's why
Yeah,
she's been
I also
defending it.
think after this episode, Frank really needs to let it go. Dolores done told him it ain't happening. I'm not forcing him, and he was like, "Just fix it. Just fix it."
That's
Like,
not
what is
what
this?
to
It's
fix.
what the fuck? Fix it.
You're not messing up the family dynamic because your kids are grown. You don't have to have holiday dinners no more with everybody. Like, they could do their own thing and come see you afterwards. Like, just stop it.
I'm not
And the
gonna
truth
lie.
is, Frank hangs out with these husbands more than he hangs out with his kids. Frank, you're filming with the men than you are more with your kid. Like, what are you worried about? That you're going to be asked to leave the show?
But that's his only
Your
place to
kids don't
film.
want
He
to have
shouldn't
Easter
film.
dinner. So,
Yeah.
like, Frank, you're already friends. Like, girl, you're going to be demoted like Jackie and Evan. It's going to be okay. We'll see you pop up every now and then. Like, girl, you're not getting paid now as it is.
Paulie would probably want to see him more if he stopped pushing it.
Yeah, I
No,
don't think so.
It doesn't seem
Probably don't want nothing to
sincere.
do with. Probably don't want nothing to do with him.
Probably don't want nothing to do with
He don't
that
want nothing
man.
to do with Frank. He already probably has known what the hell happened with Frank and David. He don't want that.
But I also think there's some insecurity there on Paulie's side too.
Yeah, like, why is your man always here?
Yeah,
I think Paulie. What it seems like Paulie's trying to like make a very dominant stance on this is not like Dolores even said. Paulie's the first man that I've been with that don't want to sleep with Frank. I think Paulie's trying to make it known, like that's what she said. I think he's trying to make it known, like I don't want no brotherly relationship with you. I want to be with Dolores without you in the picture. So that's why he's every time it comes to Frank, why he's reeling himself away. I think he's trying to make it clear, like this ain't finna be none of that.
Well,
and I feel like it could be if Frank leaves it alone and give it some time, 2-3 years from now. That man might probably be like, "Child, yeah, the kids coming for Christmas. Invite Frank too."
child,
that man don't want that now.
Frank is
and he doesn't have to justify.
He doesn't.
Frank is on this event. I mean, on this trip with his little blonde bimbo. So I mean, since he's
where was she this episode?
That wasn't her.
I don't know. No,
she talked to Dolores.
That was there.
Yeah,
he
but
said
Frank talked more to Dolores.
No,
than,
but he said
I saw them interact a lot.
He said right in front of her that he was upset that she usually would stay at the Jersey house with him, but he wasn't, and so she's sitting over there looking all like, and I'm just like, girl, like
very Tracy, very Tracy.
Like that's.
But Dolores had a good answer that she didn't have to provide. I didn't stay there because Paulie was coming, but so we made plans for somewhere else.
She did, yeah,
and she didn't have to say that.
Yeah,
she could have been. I don't want to stay with you, Frank.
But I hope Dolores takes note. She bears a big responsibility in Frank being this way.
Yeah,
but I think that's why
that man is a man child. She's created a man child.
So the lady,
all the time she was single.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second. What I was going to say was the lady could be, I see comments about, the girlfriend. I think she's probably a very secure woman, but I just would find it kind of odd that, yeah, she did say she misses them staying at the house or whatever, but like Dolores said, you got your whole girl over here. Like, just go be with her. I don't know.
I don't think that she's threatened by Dolores. I think she understands that you have kids with this woman and y'all have a good friendship. I think because Dolores is not reciprocating the energy that Frank is bringing. Paulie's a man also, and is like, why are you trying to insert this much energy into a woman that's not your woman? Thank you for being concerned about your kids. I appreciate that. Your place is not here anymore.
But I guess for me, the whole thing is, I could see if their kids were 10 and 11, and you want to keep your family together.
45.
These kids are 45. Are grown. Like, you don't have to spend holidays together and stuff. You already provided that to them.
Weren't they 10 and 11 when he was cheating? He broke the family up a long time ago. Like, we gotta let it go. And now the problem is, I think he's now experiencing the loss of his wife. Like, he's been able to have her around, and it's not that no more.
So it's like, what family are you ruining? You don't need Dolores to be around to see your kids. Is that the only way? Is she the only reason you really see your kids? Because you want to see her?
I just need him to get over it, and he needs to not. He wasn't disrespectful, but I mean, he kind of dismissed her, and I'm just like, you seem butthurt at this moment. Like, get over it. You tell her that there's nothing to fix. You need to. You're the one that's broken at this point.
And if y'all remember at the beginning, I was very team Frank, saying, it's her fault. He's like that, blah blah blah. But now I'm annoyed. Dolores has told you on more than one occasion, buddy. Just gone, girl.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll stop talking about this dead ass love story, child, because it's just so tired at this point. They wax Rachel's husband's chest, so they did that. Jackie Jackie and Jen on the side. It looked like Jen was really drunk, and I think Jackie took advantage of that and was trying to have a conversation with her while she was drunk. Not tears in the pills. I'm weak. Jasmine, get the hell out of here.
About to wrench her.
Somebody kick Jasmine out. Block her right now.
Block her.
But Jackie in this moment is defending Marge, of course. But Jen explains that it really affected her family when she, spread the issues about the infidelity and stuff like that last year. And so this is what she mentions, that there was a time where Bill says, do you want your kids to be average? Yeah, the kids are going to be average. And Bill just could not, Bill, Jen just did not like that. I don't really know what he means by that. Does that mean like, if I leave you, y'all won't have nothing? But that's what I got from it. I don't know what that means.
But I thought he meant intelligence-wise, like school-wise ambition.
Right.
That's what I got.
She was saying that he wants them to have straight A's, and she's just like, go to school and get good grades. But he's like, you want them to have average grades.
Yeah.
Y'all smart.
I understood what he was saying. The delivery wasn't.
The delivery was wrong.
Great. He said, Jen, I need you to push our kids a little bit more.
Like, especially with as much as she gives them.
I think that's what it stemmed from. Like, you spoil them, but what are we spoiling them for?
Yeah. There should be a reward. You put in hard work, you reward.
Yeah. It sounds like he wants to raise them, I think, the right way. She want to give them everything, which I get it, but also she ain't the one that's providing everything either. So I don't know.
Okay,
but Jackie,
her Bravo check bought that shore house.
Remember, she get a check now, so we gotta stop saying.
And it went to the shore house, but it didn't have.
That's why she couldn't change. She didn't have that. She bought the house.
No new linens.
It ain't. I don't know. A lot of these housewives, when they come on these shows, with because their husbands have the money, right? They whatever. And then when they get on the show, they get a check. But it ain't that many housewives that surpass their husband. There's a few, handful maybe, but they don't.
Candy. Well, I mean, her husband didn't have anything to begin with. So.
All right, Mama Joyce. All right. So after that scene, she mentions that I guess her and Bill like to peg each other in the booty hole. I'm like, okay, that's. She said it. She said she's like put the finger there and say Shazam, or what she say?
That's not what.
What she say? She said he puts the finger in her booty hole. He say Shazam, and she be like, wrong hole. That's what I heard. I don't know. Whatever.
That's what it said. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
And then she said, I'm about to go over here and put my finger in my husband's booty hole. And they was like, all
yeah.
Go get some Turkish delight.
Come out with some baklava.
Shazam. All right, so in one of the last scenes, this is like it was a conversation. Marge is talking to, Dolores, Jackie, everybody about Danielle.
Now shout out to everybody but me.
Oh.
He said Antonio. Ronnie, that is not Antonio. That is Danny.
That's not Ronnie fault. That's Jasmine. Jasmine is down there picking and producing, and she just shook Ronnie up. Blame Jasmine, Danny.
Leave Ronnie alone.
I'm gonna get Jasmine later. Sorry, Ronnie.
Dang. All right. So in this last scene, Jackie is talking to all the girls about Danielle. She still has this hidden beef. Although when she is confronted, clearly she don't speak up and own up to it, because the last time Danielle walked up to her ass, she walked off and told her she was giving an apology or something like this. So Jack needs to shut up. But she's talking about Danielle. She says that Danielle is judgmental. Danielle is kind of like taking wind to what is going on. So she pulls Dolores to the side, and basically Dolores tells her everything that was said and basically how Marge is feeling, that Marge feels a way about everything that Rachel told her that Danielle said in the earlier conversation. But Danielle was just like, well, I'm just repeating what I heard. I'm repeating what I heard. Very Phaedra-like. But Dolores is just like, yeah, but she's not really liking that. So Danielle, she's listening. I wish she would have walked up in the conversation like they did last time. But I'm thinking my homegirl was a little scared because she didn't do that.
Something was up.
Yeah.
You think she was scared?
I don't know if she was scared or she just wasn't ready to have that come up as a subject in that moment.
Yeah.
Not knowing what Marge may know.
I don't think she knew what they were speaking about. I just think that I won't say scared, but something about her was it gave, I don't want to do this right now because of what.
Yeah, something was off.
Well, she did it to Jackie earlier. She walked up to her and was like, "You talking about me? Do I sound like her? You talking about me?
You're talking about me? Like
No,
it was the 10-minute montage of her like, I hate my name being talked about.
I was like, girl,
my blood boiling. I hate my name being talked about.
My name. I was like, girl, just go over there and say something.
It was
her actions there. Her actions there did not. Even her leaving later, that does not match the energy she has been given
at all. It was her bouncing from couch to couch. Did you know they talk about me? I hate my name being talked about. She go to another scene. Just run up on Big Marge.
And then
maybe
Melissa broke it down.
The dialogue was surrounding her brother. She just didn't want to talk about that. Maybe that could have been it.
Maybe, but also I don't think she genuinely wanted a problem with Marge. I think she likes Marge. She's even said multiple times, Marge and I have had, conversations. I like Marge. She hasn't done anything to me. I don't think she was trying to have a problem with Marge. She wasn't trying to fight. I honestly don't think she was expecting Marge to be the ringleader of what was being talked about. So maybe I think she was probably thinking of Jackie.
Well, but listen, when she was going around from person to person talking about her name, she didn't mention Marge. She said Jackie. She mentioned.
Well, that's what she thought. And then when Marge popped up, like, what was that?
Well, didn't Melissa tell her who was saying the stuff too?
No, she said somebody was saying.
No, Melissa said the only thing that she heard was that she said the only conversation that she heard was that they were talking about the things with her brother and I guess how authentic and basic like their relationship.
And there was more to it. She said there's more.
Which is why
kind of lied though. I feel like Melissa heard more. Melissa admitted that she also got in on the conversation.
I don't know why Danielle didn't catch that you had that conversation with Melissa. And then like what's not clicking? You so focused on Jackie and Marge.
Yeah. So how would these girls know? How would these girls know the conversation you have with Melissa?
It's like the person that you told this to initially is right here. And I mean, just think about it.
She's the one who had everybody confused.
But they were talking about this, remember, at what event was that? And then when she walked up and sat down, they stopped talking about it. Whatever event when she didn't want to sit next to Jackie, they were already talking about it then. Marge and them were kind of talking about it then.
At Jen's house, at Fessler's house.
I don't know. I still like Danielle. I'm not like I do feel like something was a bit off, and she had a lot of energy for Jackie, which she should, because we don't really like Jackie, so girl, go off. But I do hope that she, go ahead and go, because I mean, at this point, Marge is proving you right. If Dolores told you that she didn't like the things that you were saying, and now you hear that Marge is questioning everything about your relationship with your brother, then you're right. And clearly,
go pop her.
To be honest, go pop her. I do go pop her, Snooki.
Okay, just hit her with a broke arm. Just
elderly abuse.
Correct. But Danielle, she walks up to Teresa and Jen and was like, "Go get your man. We're getting out of here." That's what she said.
We left together. We come together. We leave together.
We ride together. We leave together.
I like that.
I like, go get your man. Oh, we gotta go. Go get your man.
And the men left with no problem.
They left. Now,
I mean, one was already passed out.
I'm kind of getting tired of them leaving together like that though, because Jen and Teresa keep leaving shit the whole day. At some point, it's like, well, damn. But I get
they don't like anybody.
And I will say this too. I saw this in the comments. Danielle, to me, has chosen a side too. I do feel like she was a little more neutral, but I think she's right in choosing her side. She's been shown. You know what I'm saying? That, okay, she's been proven right. Rachel already had a side pick in my eye, but, Jamie may think differently.
She got invited to Teresa's wedding, so obviously she didn't pick a side.
Well,
she didn't go, but she still got invited to it.
That's crazy. One thing we didn't talk about, I think I missed, was when Jen Fessler brought up Melissa's mom coming to the wedding. I think I skipped that.
I was like, why?
Yeah, Jen Fessler. I mean, some of these girls baby, you can tell they just getting so involved. But Teresa was just like, she shut it down. She said, "We have history. That's all I'm gonna tell you." They showed the history. Jen Fessler feels like it was a bigger issue. And Louie reveals that he actually spoke to Melissa's mom, and apologized to her. Now I ain't gonna lie, I feel like Teresa was putting on face. I don't think she really liked that, to be honest. But in front of all of the women and everybody else there, she held it together and was just like, "Oh, well, you should invite her to the wedding." He was like,
she was being a bitch. She was being a bitch, and his dumb ass ran off to go do it.
And no, she left. Remember, she had left.
But I'm saying he still went to go do it. Teresa was being like, she was being condescending.
She's like Teresa always says, "Oh, you should go invite her."
Yeah, I don't think she really was saying invite
Louie's
that.
Not smart. He's
Louie, that gave me that. I won't say a red flag, but if I was Teresa, well, hell, I would say a red flag because if it was me, I would be side-eyeing him. If I told you the history, and even when you were discussing it with Joe back then on the earlier episode, the whole thing was they're not invited because Teresa has a history with them. And then when you're talking about Jaw's issue with Joe and Teresa, and then Joe tells you, well, you haven't been here this whole time. And he says, well, I've been in the house with your nieces, and they talk about it. But you share bed with Teresa, and she telling you about the history of these girls, and you're going to still take it upon yourself to go say, I'm sorry. Basically saying Teresa made a bad move by not inviting you, so I'm sorry, don't hold it against me. So let me go run and invite her. Like, Louie.
Yeah, I didn't really understand. I don't know. What was the apology for in general? It was kind of like,
I get wanting to be a peacemaker. I get wanting to smooth it over. Sorry,
it doesn't come across as sincere anymore.
It's can I finish?
Right.
But like it really is just like, girl, at some point, shut up. Like pick your battles. There are certain ways to like gloss over. That's a bitch who ain't her blood's mother. That ain't her mother. That's a mother-in-law. That ain't even her mother-in-law. That's her brother's mother-in-law. So if that lady doesn't want to invite her to the damn birthday party for the one daughter she don't really care for, like the lady doesn't have to be there, like much less a damn wedding. If she doesn't invite Melissa to stand up in it, why is she gonna invite her fucking mother who changes hair colors every episode?
Bingo.
Like,
why do you want me to invite anybody who has badmouthed me to my wedding? Like,
exactly.
And you want to be happy that I don't want to look in the damn crowd and then see this woman, and now I got to look at you. Remember, you invited her. Now I'm pissed off. I might fuck around and say I don't, because why is she here? Like,
why is she here? Like, I wouldn't even go to the Olive Garden with her. Why is she at my wedding?
Did you say Olive Garden because they're Italian?
Wow, Jamie, I didn't even catch that.
Sbarro?
And I'm sorry, I'm very keen.
Come on, Sbarro.
Shout out to Sbarro.
I'm very team Teresa. I want her to be happy with Louie, but Louie is starting to move very funny to me. It's just
it's annoying.
Even with what we see he does in the preview for the next week, it's like cringy.
So let's talk about that. It's gonna happen next week.
We're gonna talk about the husbands.
A couple of things that happen
because we can.
Right. A couple of things that happen next week. We see that Teresa goes off and tells Jackie to shut the fuck up
and get away from me.
I'm so glad that somebody tells her that, because this season she is like a loose cannon. Not Asia said that. Wow, not Olive
the queen.
And there seems to be, it's gonna be like a back and forth between the men again, to where they end up getting kicked out, Teresa and Louie. But there was a conversation where I don't know if they were having like a little competition of who's doing what, but Louie makes the comment that he's wearing their father's pajamas to keep the kids
feel safe.
Make them feel safe. Now I said that what? That man is this.
He was poking the bear that knowing what that was gonna do to Joe. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know what Joe gonna do, but if Joe got his little short 2 feet ass up and clothesline him like Stone Cold,
it would have been warranted.
I'd be like, you know what, Louie?
From the preview, I was with Joe. Joe was looking at him like.
It's kind of.
I looked at him like that.
I was with Joe on that one.
I can see your face, Daddy, right now. I know how you looked at that.
Yeah, y'all know I can't stand Joe. So to say that I'm on his side or something, I'm praying that
pains me.
It's not even that I'm on his
temporary.
Side. It's just that comment is kind of like weird.
It makes me think of what they were saying last season, where they're saying he is using you to get on TV or using you to gain a little notoriety. Is Marge right? Was Marge right the whole time?
No.
Vindication.
No.
Her redemption arc.
Marge has never been right.
She's been right a couple of times.
She has.
Bill did fuck a secretary.
Even when she's right, she's wrong.
Oh. Danny's not impressed. But yeah, that's gonna be next week's episode. It should be interesting. Just to see, because I mean, basically Teresa and Louie end up leaving out of whichever house they were in. I'm gonna say that was Melissa and Joe's house. I don't know where they were. Some backyard. I don't know. But Louie is still cool, but he's switching things up. So I'm curious to see what happens. I'm sure him and Joe are gonna clash a lot more this season. But that whole Donna mama thing, I don't really like that. And I really wish Teresa said in that moment. I know she's trying to save face, but like, no, she's not coming still, because that would have been to me epic.
I love when they asked her, was it an oversight? She said no, it was not an oversight.
No, I don't want it there.
Intentional. It was very.
She really seems to be thinking a little bit this season. I feel like, I don't know. That's just me. I don't know if she took like a crash test at a community college, but she seems a little smarter. I don't know.
It's that therapy.
Louie got an earpiece in
I'm
her
glad
ear.
that she kind of lost it a little bit next week. Like I needed to see it once.
Well, I wonder why do you think that she's going to go off on Jackie though? Like what? Is it because
Jackie won't shut up?
Jackie's been making smart remarks. If you show that they were saying, Teresa's acting like she's changed and she hasn't, she's still the same.
Yeah.
She's been making remarks.
But Teresa's always had smoke for Jackie. Like she has no problem telling Jackie to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because
she said Gia was doing coke.
Well,
it was an analogy.
She was trying to reel it in and trying to be cool, but I guess she said, "Fuck it, Jackie, get the fuck away from me. Shut the fuck." Like she needed it. Jackie needed it.
She took out that earpiece of Louie telling her what to say.
Yep. She said, "I've been good for 6 episodes." My God.
My God. Y'all are forgetting that she got that confidence in jail. That's where
clank, clank.
All right, y'all. We got some callers in the queue. Let's go ahead and get them in. Shout out to everybody that's watching right now. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I know y'all have seen Jasmine and Casey and even Asia asking. Thank you, Buddha Bell. Welcome. I think you are new.
Asia up in here.
Asia's in the chat.
Asia's here.
Yep. Is it if it's Buddha Bell? If I said it right, shout out to Buddha Bell for liking and subscribing as Asia asks. Thank you, and many of you others. Please do the same. All right, our first caller for today is going to be Demisio. Hey, Demisio, how are you?
Hey guys. I'm so sick of fucking Jackie. She's just pissing me the fuck off. Like I just now if Danielle tell her to go somewhere and eat, then Jackie gonna be crying.
She already eaten.
She eats.
So are you.
But I'm just saying, if she tell her that though, we all know Jackie gonna run with it to 10 years from now and still be talking about it.
Damn.
And while she want to know about her brother and her situation, why won't she talk about why her and her sister ain't spoken in 15 years? Because she didn't never elaborate on that at all. She just said that there were fights. She needs to elaborate on that, and then maybe Danielle might elaborate on her brother. Maybe we can get somewhere. And for Rachel to be complaining all the time about them talking about Marge all the time, she don't ever say nothing to them when they talking about Teresa and Jen. Where's the same energy? I just don't understand. And for that to be her friend and for her to be trying to bond, then it don't seem like it to me, because it seems like every chance she get, she running back telling something. I was glad that Teresa called her out on that, because that's what she's been doing since the first episode. Every time somebody tell her something, she run right back to that person and tell them what that person said. I can't get it. And for Margaret to always talk about somebody undermining her character, she literally just a couple episodes called that damn woman a disheveled drug addict. If that ain't undermining somebody's character, child.
Jen been looking a little disheveled.
Oh. She getting stressed.
It's just marijuana.
That's all. I smoke weed too, so it's fine.
We do not endorse drug use.
Am I in a legal state? I don't. Yeah. I don't care if it is or ain't. I'm still gonna do it. So
we don't condone it here. Like next
don't say that on the lean.
Lean does not.
Daddy.
Dare.
All right. Anything else for us, Demisio?
No.
Okay.
I love.
Go do your drugs.
Oh. You are out of line. I can tell y'all, if you ever come to the lean and it's like there's nothing there,
it's Jamie's fault.
Jamie, we got shut down. Just know that.
Cortez gonna get an FCC violation and all.
Not FTC.
I'm taking Jamie to court, and I'm gonna be Cardi B. He's gonna be Tasha. So
never.
All right, we got Ash on the call. What's going on, Ash?
Hey, Ash.
Hey, Ashley.
Hey, how are y'all doing today?
Good to you.
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. But no, this episode, I'll say like it was a decent amount of action, not enough. I wish Danielle would have done more. with that, Jackie was pissing me off, but I'll come back to Jackie. But specifically with Danielle, I knew as soon as she grabbed her husband, it was done. Like, she was not about to do nothing. I know in situations like that, when I go to my boyfriend, I'm like, hey, let me talk to you. No, that's when I'm weak. I need to go straight to whoever said it and say it. And I feel like that was her problem, that she could have kept her momentum, because she checked Jackie before. Like, she had said, hold on, I hear my name. Hey, but the thing is, she don't realize you're going to have to do that multiple times, because Jackie is fiending for her spot back. She wants to be present, and the only time she could be present is at the major parties where all the drama is. She don't really get to have her own storyline, so she's feeding off of Danielle's storyline with the brother, but that's not even enough.
Yeah,
because that's stupid. So with that, like, that's what really pissed me off. As far as Jackie doing too much, but also Danielle pissing me off with not sticking up for herself. I feel like she definitely could have did more. She just kind of looked how they wanted her to look in that moment. But Marge was kind of pissing me off too, because it's like, on one hand, I do understand why you would be like, hold on, you talking about me? Because it wasn't warranted for her to talk to Rachel about it in that way. So I do get why Marge was coming like that, but I also feel like for her to not seriously check Teresa, you shouldn't be checking nobody else at this party, because Teresa was the one who even put that bug in her ear in the first place. So I feel like that's why I say this is like a little like it's a mid episode, because nobody was really doing what they were supposed to do. Like, Marge should have been coming for Teresa. Teresa should have been standing on what she said just a little bit more. And Danielle obviously should have drugged Jackie. Literally. That was not a question. You would have got slapped up, baby. You're a friend. You're not even on the show for real. But yeah, that was pretty much my take on that.
Okay. Well, thank you for leaning in tonight.
Teasing.
I've been on them drugs too, apparently.
We've been saying drugs too much.
I can't even get it out.
Okay.
Call back next week.
Bye,
Ashley. All right. Well, thank y'all for watching today. I do agree with Ash. The episode was kind of like, it was good. We here. I had a good time. I have a good time here all the time, but episode, child. All right. So, with that being said, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching tonight. It's been fun. And this is we call it, I guess, Snapback Wednesday. Somebody said in the chat. Wait, is your hand to the back, Jamie?
I just turned it around because it was itching.
Oh my God, you got hair under there. I didn't know that. Well, I'm not now. Thank y'all.
I ain't bald like y'all.
That's fine.
You bald, baby.
Sammy got her.
My weed just ain't right.
Who ain't got no hair? Who? All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching.
But I can't.
See y'all next week. All right. Good
But I can't.
night.
Bye.